There's no light here. Welcome, old friend. Saint 14 sends his regards. Several months ago, a Cabal vessel bearing the name Glycon disappeared near the reef. This ship matches its description and heading. So far, our hails have gone unanswered, and the distress signal continues to loop. You're clear for live-fire engagements. Board it, and find our missing guardian. Exploratory outing, Presage, designation VG-999. I am receiving you.
Not finished picking at Cabal bones?
Keitel. Have you no more officers to send in your place?
You're trespassing, and I need information on that ship. Withdraw.
This is a rescue operation for a wayward Ghostz. Interference here would not end well for you.
Rescue? The Cabal are not animals. Send in your guardian, but Callus belongs to me. As long as I see him dragged from this hole, I don't care who does it.
Then keep your distance and leave us be.
I've lived aboard these ships. I know their systems. You need me.
We shall see. I'm receiving you, Guardian. The Vanguard saw value in our investigation. We are tasked with the recovery of any information or relics pertaining to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Glycon, Guardians.
I expected you to be gone after the armistice.
This ship is Cabal. I have a duty to its crew while Callus remains free.
What have you found in our absence?
Hidden records in Glycon's mainframe. From your lost Guardian. They're decrypting as we speak.
Guardian, you're not the only life sign aboard. I see at least one other. It may be our missing friend. It may not. There's a distortion in the feed, no frequencies. Like ripples meeting in conversation. Executing trace. Stand by. I've sourced a distortion. There's an open patch into the ship's computer. Perhaps courtesy of our lost friend.
This infestation. I've seen it before. As Sivu Arath slaughtered my people.
What was it like? That inevitability?
Like burning alive. And realizing the flames are just the beginning. Gasps of scorching air. Helpless panic. The smell. Was it any different when Gaul razed the city? Survivors like us are embers in the dark.
Delicate.
Defiant. So, this is where they died. Their sacrifice is noted. Their names will be honored.
Why were they sent?
Accessing the Glycon's mainframe required a direct connection. Transmitting the first decrypted message.
He's been drinking more and more of that royal slop. I see him pawing at the air for hours, laughing, eyes glazed over. There's another alignment tomorrow. Maybe I can slip the hangar and get lost before anyone notices. I know a few Guardians who might want to hear what I've seen.
Another entry transmitting.
I didn't think it was true. All that talk about the darkness. But it saw him. Something in there stared right back into Callus's hungry eyes. Then Aldrin's rotted tyke started shrieking, and I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Movement. In the dark. Darkness radiation levels are spiking. Move quickly. You don't have time to explore.
Are those Elixni?
At one time, their ether was bound with darkness. Now they're scorn. Rot-minded and easily swayed to violence.
The perfect vessel. If one could keep them contained. Callus's surgeons experimented on the scorn. Cranial dissections. Dark ether drownings to engorge them.
Science carved telepathic imprints into their brains. Linked them together in shared consciousness. Their collective mind was then opened through an artifact. A crown of possession.
All to exploit their connection to the darkness. Had Callus seen Torobottle fall, as I did, would he have learned then? No. You burned away. I saw it.
What do you hear, Empress?
Mistakes. Thrown on the pyre of my past. You heard something different?
The ignorance of my youth. The pain of change. Unproven faith wilted by logic. What will you do with Callus if he is found?
Autocrats only know obsession. His gluttony exposed us, so I'll feed him all the trimmings of his failure, until his belly bursts. What monstrosity is this?
The Crown of Sorrow. A hive artifact of devilish craftsmanship meant to subvert the wearer's will. I suspected it was the crown in question.
More hive witchcraft. It should be destroyed.
It has been altered from its original design. Opened. Instead of controlling minds, it's meant to merge them. It is listening. We cannot leave the crown free.
You think you can contain it? So did Callus. How long before your audacity damns the city, advisor?
Your warning is noted, Empress. But this is Vanguard space. Will you ensure the crown is undisturbed while I make preparations for its recovery?
The Cabal are not at your disposal. Do so at your own peril.
What do you presume they are? The crown, the entity?
Idols, sustained by fixation, until there is nothing left to reap.
Put this decrepit creature to rest.
A Scorpius turret. Its munitions are spent. The battle...
They relent. We must not. Forward. I thought you killed that. Those spores are harmonizing with the nearby concentration of darkness. Faint traces of light. That thing was a guardian. We're too late. Far too late. Take the rifle. It was offered, was it not? Better in your hands than left for another. I'll speak to Savala about authorizing exploratory outings. If we can recover our lost friend's ghost, we may learn more of how he died. Return to the city. We must assess our findings. This ship's passageways no longer connect as they should.
What is that thing?
Our lost guardian.
Can your ghosts undo that?
Not so far as I'm aware.
Then why are you searching for it?
Answers? Same as you, Empress.
His counselors work to isolate and contact the entity that speaks.
Our lost guardian must have sent this frame to broadcast their distress signal.
This interface is of human design.
It recounts a descent into the anomaly. Gravitational oscillations broke and reformed the glycon many times over. It is as if every permutation of the ship's existence collided in one space. Jump logs indicate this ship made berth from the Leviathan. Its pilot has an officer's clearance. Our guardian appears to have a long and storied history with the Emperor. A ghost was injured here. The remnants of its light pooled around the dark center. A memory, preserved in physical form.
You said you wouldn't. You promised. Everything you say is a lie.
Your missing guardian was working with my father.
So it would appear.
If his ghost were recovered, would its memories be accessible?
That remains to be seen. Wine? No. Concentrated dark ether. These are similar to Galron's chamber in the royal baths, but without life support systems. Micro-etchings along the interior walls. Scratches. Too many scorn for an active guardian. Scorn. They did not come from Callus's menagerie. The dark ether in this device has been tampered with. Its connection to the darkness galvanized, rooted. Callus always did embody a clever sort of madness. The anomaly all suffered contiguous neuron death. It consumed their minds. All but one who spoke with many dead voices. This survivor would become the centerpiece of their studies. Hangar systems are intact. Why didn't they try to run?
Half these ships ran routes to the tangled shore.
Where they harvested the scorn for their experiments.
This hangar took in ships from all over Seoul. The Leviathan could be lurking at any of those coordinates.
Scribe Omsot states, The Emperor shows us we chase a mirage. The darkness is nothing but a great basin of formless thoughts. A vast tangle of composting chaos. Callus seeks the entity who speaks through the darkness.
The darkness is a primal force, wielded like the light. How simple.
Able to be brandished against Zivur wrath?
And fall into the burrow of an ambush predator, like Umun, like Aramis. I think not, but tools can be broken. Forces can be stopped, and those who wield them can be disarmed.
Keitel, it seems Callus has fled. Amsat states, Emperor Callus has left us. His shadow broods. The legionaries spread rumors saying he merged with darkness. He is dead. He fights to save us.
If there is nothing else, I must analyze the Glycon's archives. My cruiser will monitor the situation here.
A path to the Ghostz still eludes us. Until we return, then. This is an address from Callus to his crew. I chose Galrun, and his frailty betrayed us. He was too pure, too alone. Our new guests are neither. A glorious chain of dark minds, an open mouth for the one in the darkness, that it may sing in exaltation of my majesty. Greatness recognizes greatness. To invoke the attention of the end, our offer must be great.
Osiris sends you through a trash compactor. If you were Cabal, I would lift you into the stars.
You have never sounded more like your father. Did your data mining yield anything about a crown?
Amsat detailed an ornate procession that brought a hive crown from Leviathan to Glykon. It allowed the darkness to invade the Scorn's thoughts.
Not the darkness. The entity.
The two are entwined. Does the difference matter?
That there is a difference makes our understanding of the darkness a facade. A chalice of opulence. The inscription reads, To my captain, cast your shadow in the face of darkness, that you might drink of its beauty and grow fat.
Your guardian was a traitor then, seduced by Callus's posturing. Like so many powerful fools who think themselves invincible.
Guardian, I've pieced together another of Amsat's records. It reads, A tragedy of silence. He tore the wilting failures apart himself. The connection is strong, but the darkness does not speak through them. An ocean without wind. Even the Lightbearer could not coax it to awaken. I believe I found a record of first contact with this voice. It says, I, Amsat, scribe of Glykon, rejoice. The Scorn are one, rejoice. They bear the weight of the crown elegantly, rejoice. They whisper anticipations, rejoice. Our Emperor hears the voice of salvation, rejoice.
Sycophants, all of them, enabling his madness. Another decrypted entry.
We hit Acheron's wall and sank. Straight down to the deep. Gly is in a bad way after the dive, all twisted. I'm all twisted. Whole crew rattling around in my skull like they're thinking for me. Scorn. What they used to be, what they are now. Dive must have opened the cells. Someone's gotta clip their horns, especially the big one. Or we're dead.
I found a journal of Callus's scribe, Amsat. Translation as follows. Today, Callus graced the Glykon with his presence and gazed upon the anomaly. His counselors prepare the exhibition chamber with gold from the castellum. They are confident the crown is ready. The end will lay eyes upon him and weep at his magnificence. A refuse heap. Darkness, soot, ether. They were burning the spent Scorn to ash.
Cabal regalia tracks combat data. I can access this. An incendiata deployed to halt the Scorn reanimation. The incendiata was later embedded with a team set to detonate the ship's reactor.
They rose on their own? That is a new and concerning development.
Resurrection does not make one invulnerable. Your kind taught us that. These orders did not come from Callus.
Sarcophagus growths with cores of darkness. The material is organic. It reminds me of a certain flora kept by our silver-tongued drifter. Curious. The Cabal here, their minds hang suspended in the death throes of cognition, falling into a singularity.
How many Cabal died for this?
Enough, it would seem, to achieve the Emperor's desired result.
Emperor, this derelict is his empire. Sacrificed to pride. Paid for in blood. The Cabal have suffered too many losses for vanity, petulance. First Callus, then Gaul.
But not you.
Don't insult me. I've grown wise from watching monuments topple. No mercy for false gods.
The Glycon navigation system marks their destination as an anomaly, left in the wake of Mars's disappearance.
This array contains research logs. The entity's voice emanates from the grave of Mars. The scorn babble to the void, and attentively await response. Our Emperor's vision is at hand. Tomorrow we pierce the anomaly's veil. We are ready. We have communed, and are adrift between worlds. It controls the lower decks, dragging the flame, dead whispers in the walls. There is no way back.
Guardian, this anomaly left in Mars's wake. I've seen it and others like it. In place of each world the darkness stole. At the edge of our heliopause. Callus meant to commune with the darkness. Scans of the anomaly they chased, left in Mars's wake. It's a part of the darkness, one piece of a larger web. Others align with our missing planets and moons, as well as many points beyond Sol's borders.
Callus's scribe identifies a voice in the darkness. One of their mother, of dead enemies, of Gaul. They say it spoke to Callus in his own voice, taught him how to commune.
Words dipped in false confidence. The Emperor is gone. None know where. May we abide his return.
No, it is a trick. He is hiding here or elsewhere. He did not simply vanish.